Hi YouTube, this is Christine, Tanky's Crafting Mom. How are y'all doing today? I hope you're having a blessed Sunday. Everything here in Utah seems to be going well, so I thought, well, let's have a little fun and do us a Frankenstein door hanger. So this is the Frankenstein, well, I should say the finished result of the Frankenstein we're going to do. And I'm putting him on the 12-inch round we get from the dollar store. The colors we're going to need today are going to be celery, and this is the Waverly, and then we've got the moss. If you don't have these exact colors, dark green and a light green will work. Then, of course, a pumpkin for this time of year. And we're going to need the maize, which is a yellow. We're going to need black, a red, a brown, and then if you have these silver metallic-y kind of paints, they're not really a paint, they're a rub. You can get them at Joann's. This one's metallic luster. You can also get them, I believe, at Hobby Lobby. And these are really great to rub on different colors, in this case silver, and I'll show you how to do that. And if you don't have it, just use paint, but it does add another dimension to the silvers or the golds or whatever color you happen to have. We're also going to need a purple iris, and this one's apple barrel, and a couple googly eyes, as well as the letters that spell out the word enter. And I did get these letters from the dollar store, and then I painted them purple so we'd have them all ready to go. So what I would like you to do is go ahead and base coat your circle orange, or I do apologize, pumpkin. If you don't have a pumpkin and you only have an orange, then by all means use that orange. Use what you have, right? I'm just pulling out an art, and these are the letters I use, the wood letters from the dollar store, from the Crafter's Square. So just grab yourself some of those. And then you'll want to paint those all with the iris as well. So finish base coating your pumpkin on your circle. Base coat your letters in the purple iris, which is the apple barrel. And then when you're done with that, go ahead and base coat your skeleton in the moss. And then let them dry, because you're going to want them to dry thoroughly. So go ahead and get that all done. Pause me. And then we'll go up to the next step, which is going to be painting our Frankie. So I'm going to sit. I left the string on this because I'm going to use this as a hanger. If I don't hang it, I'll put it inside of a Halloween wreath. So you could do that. Or if you want it just to stand on a shelf, by all means you can do that. Just put a block on the back and put a light behind it, and it'll look way cute. So I'm just setting the circle to the side that I have done in the moss. And I didn't paint the upper top part because I'm going to be doing that in black. And this brush is called a fan brush. And the reason it's a fan brush, as you can see, is it's shaped like a fan, but it's also, see how the edges of it are? That's what's going to give us this look right here. That makes it look a little more rough. Okay, so I'm going to turn him back to the side we're painting. And I'm using the acrylic paint in black. And just kind of load your brush up. And then take it onto the paper or the side of the paint like this, or on the paper you use to blot your brushes, because you don't want a bunch of paint glopped onto it. That'll get rid of the effect you're looking for to get your hair look. And you can go either way with that. See how that kind of gives you that almost a spidery, webby look. And then just take it down as far as you want. I mean, if you want it higher, you can go higher. If you want it lower, you can go lower. There's no rules. And once you do it, if you don't like it, just paint some more of your moss color on. Just focus on this. You want this dry, because the dryness is what's going to give you, see how it's kind of giving it this brushy, hairy look? That's what you want for this guy. So there we go. And just continue to do that until you have it how you like it. And paint the whole area black. And then if you feel like, oh, I've got it down too far, the black, then once it dries, you can add some more moss, and that'll cover up that mistake, if that's what you want to call it. You can even bring his hair down where it covers the side, or just go straight across, however you want to do it. But if you do put the green back in there, like I'm going to, and I'll show you how, I'll also use this brush to put the green back in so as not to get rid of that hair look I was going for. I like that brushed look into his face. He's kind of cute, huh? He's so simple, so simple. Now what we're going to do to highlight his face, as you can see here, there's different colors just to kind of bring out the scar and the lips and the nostrils. So the first color we're going to grab for that is going to be the celery green. That's the really light green. That's the one I want you to get right now. Shake it up really good so you get a true color instead of the black that gets in it that like got into this one here. See how it has that blackish look? Make sure you shake that up really good. You don't want that. It'll mess up what you're doing. So shake it up really good. And then get you a stipple brush or a dry brush. They have them at the dollar store. I'm just looking to see if I've got mine here with me. I don't like them as well as I do like a dry brush or a stipple brush that's tough like this. Oops, sorry, I hit that. Oops, there we go. This, you can get these at Walmart or somewhere like that. And they're much stiffer than your basic brushes like you get at the Dollar Tree. I think sometimes that doesn't quite work right. You can also use these brushes here. Now they're not as stiff, but they're better than nothing, okay? You've probably seen these are a chip brush. You can get them at the Walmart or Aces, anywhere like that. And that'll give you a stipply effect too. Then what you want to do is just very, very little bit of paint. I mean a little bit of paint, okay? Just see that? Just a little itty bitty bit. And then dab it out really good. Really, really good. You don't want hardly any paint on here. And then you're just going to dab your Frankenstein. And it takes patience because if you load your brush up too much, you're going to put too much paint on there, and then you're not going to quite get the effect you're looking for. Okay, if you get it where you think it's a little too dark, like this one maybe is a little too dark of a dab, just rub it with your hand. You're still going to get the look you want, but there's no pressure because you can rub it off and lighten it up a lot with your hand. So I'm just going over it. See, it's not putting a lot of paint down. I'm not even sure you can see how much paint it's putting down. And then just dab your brush there. Dab it off on your paper. Paper towels work great for this too. And you just kind of stipple it all over. See, this is a little darker than I want, so I'm just going to rub it with my fingers. You can't go wrong. Frankenstein has a unique complexion. So there's no rules to our little Frankie's face. The only rule is to have fun with it. Don't stress about it. Just kick back and have a good time. Because crafting's supposed to be fun and relaxing. There's not supposed to be any pressure. So here we go. So I get a little heavy-handed sometimes, so I just rub it off, and it looks good, I think, personally. And you know what? If yours looks good to you, then it's good, because you're the only person that counts. Nobody else counts except you, whether or not you like it, okay? So go ahead and stipple him all over. When you think you have enough, go ahead and quit. I think he's good. I really do. I like how he looks. Now, after you stipple this on, your brush is really dry. So you can move to the next color because he's going to be really dry really fast. If he's not dry, then you need to take more paint off your brush before you start stippling it on him, okay? That's just a rule of thumb. If he doesn't dry real fast, then you've just got too much paint on your brush when you go to stipple and you need to get it off. So I'm taking the maize. My brush is still dirty with the green. And I'm putting the yellow on there. See, it's not a gob. And then I'm going to stipple it out. And when you stipple it out and you're going on top of what you're putting on the brown paper, that helps to load the brush with the dry. And then just go ahead and go over him with the yellow. I originally didn't put yellow. I only put the dark green and the light green. And then I walked away and came back when I was doing the original part of it, you know, the back. And I was like, oh my gosh, he's got to have green. It just didn't work without the green. It just, for me personally, it didn't work. Now, if you don't like the green, or not green, I'm sorry, the yellow, then don't do it. But I kind of liked it. And I accented his nose. I came down his nose with it. Went kind of around his eyes. Into his ears, around the edges. Around his lips. We're going to bring some brown into that area too. So, there we are. I think I like that. Oh, that's a little much. Yep, just rub it off. Paint washes off, so don't worry if you get it on yet. There, I think I like that. That works for me. Okay, so I'm going to stop there with the yellow. If you haven't quite got enough yellow on it, just keep working at it until you get it where you want it. I just have, this is called dry brushing, and I've done this for years and years, so it's a little faster for me. If you're going slow, you're not doing anything wrong. You're just less practiced than I am, so don't even worry about it. I'm just putting a little dab of nutmeg on my paper, just a little bit. Then I'm going to put that on my brush, just like we did the others. And I'm really going to dab that off because this brown is dark, so it's going to try and show itself, okay, faster. And then I'm just lightly brushing because I got all the paint out of my brush. I've touched the brown and I've really rubbed it off. And I'm just kind of going around his lips with that brown. I'm also going to highlight his ears. And I'm doing a very light touch, very light pressure. But I want it to show. I want the brown to show. I'm going to go over his eyebrows, under his eyes, because he doesn't get much sleep since he's a monster. Our poor little monster don't sleep much. There we are. Coming down on his nose a bit there. There we go. Maybe throw some up here. Now, originally, when I started making him, I added some red, real light amount of red. It just did not look good. So I painted over it, which is the nice thing about projects, is if they don't work the way you want, just paint over it. I'm all about painting over things. It works for me. Now I'm just going around the edge of him here, just like that. Coming up around here a little bit. Whoop. Like that. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and put my brush in the water, and then I'm going to bring a little bit of green in here. This is kind of bothering me. I think I got too far down. I'm going to see if I can repair it without having to redo a bunch of stuff. See, I should have taken that off and I didn't. Learn from my mistakes. You can't go on it heavy or you'll have the same problem I just had where it glopped in there. See how it's still going up in his, making him look cute. Oh, so cute. And that's just also making where I can see the scar a little better. There we go. And it's okay if his hair shows through a little bit. That's not a problem either. There we go. Just gonna, there we are. Whatever works. That did not. Okay, so guess I'm going to be covering that up a bit more. The way I'm going to do that is I'm putting the paint on my brush. I'm going to rub out. This isn't a dry brush, but this will allow me to rub the paint on without losing everything I've done earlier to help cover up that mistake I made. We all make mistakes, so paint over it. Fix it up the best you like it. If you don't like it, then just give it a full heavy-duty coat and you're done. There we go. It's kind of different, isn't it? And I'm just going to do a couple little dabs. Excuse me, I didn't mean to reach in front of you. Let's see. I'm going to take a little bit of the celery. Dab over that. Rub it in. There we go. Not horrible. It's not perfect, but he's a monster. He's not going to have a perfect hairline, huh? There we go. There we are. Yeah, and then I think I need to bring the hair. Let's see, what did I do here? Yeah, see, I like it better with the hair up higher. I think it looks cuter, but that's just my opinion. I think this looks boyish and is really cute as well. So I don't think you can go wrong. Whatever you like, you do. Do you? There we are. And I'm just rubbing that excess off, bringing some of the moss green back in here. And you can put as much or as little work into fixing that as you want. It's 100% up to you. I'm just going to let it be for now because I'm doing more damage than good because it needs to dry. Once it dries, I'll put a little more brown in here. And I'll also bring in a little bit of yellow and a darker moss. And if we're on air, I'll show you how I did that. Now, I didn't paint these because the silver that we're going to use is going to give that a really good coverage. Can you see me okay? Oh, good. Okay, so just let me grab a baby wipe. I live with these baby wipes. They're awesome. Instead of having to get up and run to the sink, you know, you can just wash your hands right at your desk and then do whatever it is you need to do. Now, I'm just going to rub that on my finger. And look at that. It just goes right over it. There we go. Make sure your hands dry though before you do it. It's not covering that as well as I was hoping it would. Covered it really good the other day. That's all right. If something doesn't work, that's good because then y'all can see what I need to do to, if anything, to make it work the way I want. You see that silver? You see how it shines? Gives it that really pretty metallic. I have it in several different colors. I have some really pretty fall colors that I'll be using on some of our fall projects. There we go. And see, he's done. I mean, his main work is done. Now, we're going to go ahead and stitch around the green just to give it some definition. And it looks really cute, I thought, with the black on it. So we're just going to go around it like this. Aren't his ears cute? I think he's got cute ears. I even thought I thought about putting a rhinestone on his ears so he'd be kind of a glitzy Frankenstein, but I wasn't sure how that would go over. What do you guys think? While you're thinking about whether or not he needs a rhinestone, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and the like button, so my channel starts getting a little bit of oomph with YouTube, and it would just be nice to see I've got individuals interested in watching what I do, because I am a new channel. And I really, really appreciate you coming and spending time with me on a Sunday to do this. I just thought he was so cute. I was messing with him last night. And that's how it was like the yellow. I walked in this morning before church and I'm like, huh, that just needs yellow. So, there we go. Isn't he cute? I didn't go around the eyes, but you definitely could if you wanted to. That's just kind of a preference thing. It's totally up to you what you want to do with that. And then I'm going to take the orange. Ta-da! There we are. And then place him. Now, make sure you've got your ropes where you want them, because once you glue him on, you don't want to take him off. And of course, I'm going to have him just kind of off the side a little bit. A couple things you could do is paint this red so it looks like there's blood behind the scar. You could also do his lips red if you wanted to. Totally an option that's there. I opted not to do that just because I liked the way it looked with the orange shining through, but you could definitely do it and let me know how you like it. Then what I'm going to do is take the googly eyes, and these bigger googly eyes fit perfectly in there like that. Okay. And then just glue your googly eyes in after you glue down Frankenstein. I'm just kind of looking at him, wondering if that's, do I want to do the lips red or should I leave them alone? You guys comment and tell me what you think, because I can come back to it and do it later. Just wondering what you think I should do with that. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue him on. And I think I do like darker brown accents around his lips, just to make them stand out a little more. And then I'm using my Tombow glue, which is my favorite. If you don't have Tombow, use a lean. Tombow just seems to dry faster and holds really well. There we go. What do you think? I should put a rhinestone there. Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be too cute for words? Oh, I think I'd get a big kick out of that. And then go ahead and get your enter. And put it how you'd like it. And I didn't paint this one yet, as you can see. I've got to paint it still. But isn't that just cute? I thought about putting If You Dare, but then I thought, you know, he's kind of a nice-looking Frankie, so I'm just going to let him be a nice-looking Frankie. And if you want to add some more depth in here, you can just take your Distress ink and you can go around it instead of using the brown paint. That's an option. Or just go ahead and add it with the paint like we did originally, if it's something you like. And tell me what you think. Should I add some browns in this area or some reds? What do you think? Okay, well, that's today's craft, and thank you so much for spending Sunday with me. I've got a few more up my sleeve I hope to get out in the next couple days, and have a blessed week, and please remember to subscribe. All right, then, you take care. Bye.